Alrighty, guys, welcome to Optimizing Forward, where we discuss all things optimizing related, guys. I'm gonna make like a 14-minute live stream here. Gonna try to stay consistent. So yeah, guys. So pretty much today, study a bunch of different stuff. Gonna keep working on the business. This will be my business, I guess, until it proves to not be profitable. I'll just do something else. But did a little bit of coding yesterday, not really, but so yeah, guys, so let's go over it. So martial arts training, right? You know, this is one of those things that are like I haven't really talked too much about, but like obviously, I was like watching some videos of Sean Strickland beating up these streamers. It was like super funny because these guys are morons. They're like, oh, I have a chance against a UFC fighter. And I was just like really funny. I was like, these guys are really stupid. Like these guys have no idea what they're talking about. Like you guys are really, really dumb. So guys, I've done sparring. I've gone against people who have done mixed martial arts fighting. I've gone against people who've done like 10 years. I've gone against black belts, purple belts. So I know how good they are. Okay. They are really, 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 really good. Okay. And I mean really good. Like so what my main focus, the thing that I mostly train is jujitsu. I would say I've done a little bit of kickboxing, a little bit of Muay Thai, very little, some Krav Maga. So I'm training a good amount of stuff, but I've been pretty injured lately because of all my injuries. But when I was training, I would say I was pretty decent, like compared to the average human being. So I want to talk about kind of like how does this relate back to like optimizing, So it's like I think I've pretty much gone full circle. I've been lifting for about 8 to 10 years at this point. Finally did martial arts training. Wish I had done it like 10 years earlier, to be honest with you. But yeah, like kind of, you know, let's start off. What are the benefits of it, right? So like I haven't trained in like 8 days, and like I could just seem like a normal dude, right? But like if you pissed me off, like I would curb stomp you. Like like, unless you've been training for like 5 years or some shit, if you're untrained, you will get curb stomped. Um, and be like, "Oh, Drew, you're a violent person." I'm like, "No, I'm not a violent person." Matter of fact, I haven't even thought about martial arts in about like a week. Uh, Probably will go train tomorrow, maybe. But like, like the advantage you get is incalculable. Like in terms of you going against another person, you doing something like that. Like if you don't train, you will get your face beaten in. They will break your face, like literally. And this is the thing about a lot of untrained people don't understand. Like you literally have no chance. Not only do you have no chance, you're delusional to think if you ever had a chance. That's how big the advantage is. It's so big of an advantage, in fact, that I would train my kids in martial arts. It won't be optional, it'll be mandatory. It's not a choice, right? Because like if I have a very huge advantage over you and there's nothing you can do about it, then I basically can take your money, I can take your stuff, I can basically make you my bitch if I wanted to. Not saying you should do that, but I'm just saying that like think about like 1,000 years ago when the barbarians used to roam through the land. Well, they would kill, slaughter, and pillage. They would take your wife, they would kill your kids, and then they would take your treasure because they simply had better weapons and resources, right? It's the same damn thing. It's that big of an advantage. It is literally that big of an advantage. For example, let's say you don't know jujitsu. If you don't know jujitsu, okay, because I was watching like some strikers go against the guys who just know grappling, right? They just know grappling, like the thing is you can be the best striker in the world, but if someone does a double leg or a single leg on you or they take your back, you're doomed. Because the problem is that like you can't strike anymore. They took your base, right? So I would say everybody, if I had it my way, you should know grappling and you should know striking. You can't know one or the other. Don't say, "Oh, I know how to punch somebody." No one gives a shit. Like you might punch harder. You better punch so hard you knock me out on the first punch. Okay. If you fail to knock me out, I will put you in a chokehold and I will make you go to sleep. And if it was, going to war, you would die. I would just strangle you, cut the blood supply to your brain, and you're dead. Okay. Literally. I guess it would be like the same thing if you're like you don't shoot guns, right? And you go against someone who does shoot guns, you're fucked. Literally, you're fucked. And if you went out to combat, you're suicidal. You're suicidal is what that is. That's how bad. That's how bad that is. It's really bad. It's really, 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 really. It's so bad. Can't tell you how bad it is. Um, but like, I trained jujitsu for a while. I got a lot of injury. They injured my knee. I have so many injuries, but I'm just still kind of rehabbing. But like, like one of the reasons why it's such an advantage is just that no one actually really knows how to fight in modern society. Okay. Like I thought I was like reasonable, so maybe do a headbutt or whatever. But no, guys, the depth of fighting is so huge that like, it's like in chess, right? You're like rated 400 and you're trying to go against me, right? I'm like, what? I was trying to get 2,100, but that did not happen. And it's just literally not going to happen. Sometimes when I go against wrestlers, even though I know jujitsu, I know a little bit of wrestling, but like, wrestlers will slam me down. They have good top pressure, so I have to come up with a strategy, right? Like a wrestler could know like no jujitsu, and it's like it's a fucking nightmare to deal with the guy because it's like he still knows how to do hand fighting. He knows how to do grappling. He knows how to pass the guard. He knows all this different stuff. Now, if you take a person that knows how to do wrestling, he knows how to do jujitsu, he knows how to do like maybe a bit basic slamba, he knows how to do Muay Thai striking. And if he knows how to do all this, you best not start a fight with him. I promise you. Don't start a fight. It won't go well. And I would say that if you do just boxing, I think this is dumb. You should always do one striking sport with one grappling sport because you're at such an immense disadvantage. Grappling, if you look at UFC when Royce Gracie went against all these other people, grappling was able to neutralize most other martial arts, karate, judo, with like Niwaza, right? So I did judo like 8-9 years ago. I never stuck with it. I wish I had. Otherwise, I would probably be a black. I probably would have like 2 black belts by now, probably. Unfortunately, but I did not stick with it. But I like the Uchimata, the Tai Otoshi, all these different leg sweeps. The thing is, it's really crazy about all this, right? Is that like, that like he ended up making everyone look like a fool because nobody knew about grappling. Okay, like if we really think about what grappling is, right? All it really is your ability to have thousands of body positions memorized to the point that the other person literally doesn't know what's happening. Like if I go against a black belt, I literally can't stop him no matter what I do. I can last longer than the person that has not been training, but I will still lose no matter what. Nothing I can do can stop that. Okay, that's how good they are because they have thousands of hours of going against other humans. Okay, you might not think it's an advantage, but it is an advantage. Okay, say you want to defend your family, right? Well, I assure you guys, no one is like gonna scare you. Like a random drunk dude is not really gonna scare me. Okay, like if I go to a bar, like since I started training, I like random people don't really scare me anymore. For the most part, I don't really get scared by these people. Why is that? Because the people that I do train with are like 200 pounds. These guys are strong as fuck. Like these guys are fucking monsters of muscle. These guys are fucking like conditioned. They're strong as shit. Like you have no chance. Like I remember I went against a guy, this really strong guy, 230. This guy was a Samoan. He strangled the shit out of me. He could have broken my elbow. He could have broken my hand if he wanted to, obviously. And he's a black belt. This guy is shredded as fuck. He is like 10 years training. These are the type of people walking the earth right now. Humans like this. He has unlimited cardio. Imagine you went against a person like that. Unlimited cardio. Doesn't tire out. He is strong as shit. His hands are strong. He's flexible. He has no weaknesses. No weaknesses. You are fooling yourself if you ever think in the history of ever that you will have a chance. But my point to tell you is obviously be like, oh, Drew, of course they have an advantage because they train. Yes, but that's not the point. The point is I'm saying you don't need to get to black belt level. Most of us will never get to that level just because it takes so many hours and there's just not enough hours in the day. However, it is worth knowing how to throw a basic punch, know how to throw a basic kick. Learning, I would say minimum for most people, 1 year of training for everyone should be mandatory. That way, you're not going to get your face stomped in. You can defend your family. You can defend your kids. You can teach your son how to fight. If you don't want your son to get bullied, you know how you fix that. Teach him how to fight. The bully is not going to do anything, and most bullies guys are lazy because it's actually a pain in the ass to get good at fighting, and it hurts a lot. Like since I started training, the amount of injuries I've had is crazy. I actually, if you look at my finger, guys, look at my finger. So this thing's from jujitsu. So you notice my finger. I think I fractured my finger. It has never healed the same. It's been like that permanently, probably. So, see all that? That's from a guy putting me in a finger hold. Okay, it's been like that for months. My wrist, if I turn it this way, it's in a lot of pain. My knee is still kind of recovering. It's getting a little better, not really. I've been doing lots of lunges and stuff, but like all this different stuff, right? Like I'm trying to think what else. So yeah, there's all these different things that are going on right now, and you need to train. Just you don't need to be like a black belt. Black belt is overkill. I would say for most people, get about a blue belt. I'm getting pretty close to a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. I would say maybe like 6 more months of consistent training, maybe a year, probably be a blue belt. I would like to get there faster, but there's so many injuries. So once you get to about that level, then you're going to go really far. Like I remember when I was getting pretty good at jiu-jitsu by my standards, I was going against this one wrestling kid. I just strangled him over and over and over and over. It was really easy, to be honest with you. I just like, okay, pass his guard, he gives me his arm, take his neck, take the back, knee on belly, knee after knee on belly. I give him a hook, and then I strangle him. Gives me his arm again. I go for a Kimura, omoplata, whatever it is. I have all these terminologies that you don't have, right? And if it's striking, no problem. I wanted to make sure that I didn't have any weaknesses. Okay. Do I think I'll beat someone in like a fist fight? Probably not, but at least I could hold my own if necessary. You know what I mean? But like for optimizing forward, right, to quote unquote live the best life, then we shouldn't have any weaknesses, right? Or at least against the average idiot, right? I like you would look like a retard if you're a multimillionaire, but you can get beat up by a homeless person. Okay. There's no excuse for you to not be in physical shape and for you to be deadly. Okay. You should be able to beat the shit out of most normal people because normal people are fucking lazy. Okay. If you work your ass off, I promise you, you'll be far ahead. And just by you training a martial art, it will change your mentality. I've been clobbered in the face really hard. Like, I mean, really hard. Like, bam, like your head is like shaking. And you're like, the pain, like the type of pain you will experience in martial arts is not like a normal type of pain. It's not like where you go run 10 miles. That's a sort of a type of pain, but this is a different type of pain. It's a type of pain where you can break bones, where, it's like, so you have to like know what the fuck you're doing or you're going to be in a lot of pain. So now for the benefits, right? Being a good protector, being a good provider, being able to defend your kids, your family from robbers, confidence, state of mind, so many benefits. It's crazy. I could walk, go to work, and not really care what my coworker says. Someone might talk smack to me. I'll just be like, whatever, bro. Like, and the reason why I don't care is because I know I could whip his ass. I just know I can. Okay. Like, because I put in the time. If I've sparred with hundreds of people, you're just simply not going to have a chance. Okay. And there's like this thing where people are like under this delusional notion. I don't know why. I think it's on Instagram because they want like clickbait and stuff like, oh, in a street fight, it's different. No, it's not, guys. It's really not that much different. The only thing that's going to be different in a street fight is that like you're going to have concrete. They may potentially have weapons. For most part, most people are not going to have weapons. Okay? If they have weapons, just run away. If they do, or if they don't have weapons, then disengage until last resort. Then you knock them the fuck out. Okay. So I'm going to give them every opportunity to not fight. If they want to, then we will. Okay. But like this idea that like, a random stranger actually poses a you, it's absolutely silly. They're overweight. They have crappy cardio. Like an average American should not be able to beat you up. If you get beat up by an average American, then you haven't been training hard enough. Like literally, there's no reason to train. It is impossible. Absolutely impossible for you to lose a fight, in my personal opinion. Okay. If you like a bodybuilder, okay, I'll say this, right? People say that strength matters in martial arts. It does matter. Like realistically, ideally, you should almost always lift at least 3 or 4 days a week with martial arts and running as well, ideally. So you have all your bases covered. But if you lift a little bit versus someone who does weightlifting, the weightlifting is not going to save him. The only thing that weightlifting does, guys, is it makes you stronger and a better ability to absorb the blows because muscle can act as a shock absorber. But if you're like a bodybuilder or whatever, you better be insanely strong. And even if you are, if your neck gets taken, you're still going to get strangled. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, and then you might be insanely strong, but if you tire out, you're fucked. Again, I remember I once went against this one small guy. I was much stronger than I am right now. I'm not very strong right now, but when I was a little bit stronger, right, I was pretty fucking strong. The guy tired me out, took my back, and then I tapped. Okay. Or you can just play a waiting game. You don't even have to like do anything. You just like wait, see what they do. That's kind of what I do with my rolls now. I just kind of wait, see what they do. What are you going to do? Are you going to take my arm, hand fight? What are you going to do? And then I'll kind of just go from there to see how I follow up on it. Right. Just what are you going to do from there? So these are all the different things that martial arts training does. Right. I can like walk at night. Someone could be behind me. I'll be looking over the corner of my eye, but I won't really give a shit that much. I'll be like, if this guy does something, again, I will curb stomp his face out. Literally. I don't even mean that figuratively. I mean, like, literally, you would get your face stomped in. Literally. Okay. Just knowing a little bit of kicking, a little bit of punching, a couple 100 hours, and you can say that pretty confidently. Couple 100 hours, guys, does make a lot of difference. Train anybody in anything in a couple 100 hours, and I will assure you, you're not going to want to go against them. A couple 100 hours makes a massive difference. It does. Okay. Your wife is going to feel more secure, way more secure, if anything. If anything, she's going to want to stop you from beating that guy up because it's not going to end well. Like, I was watching some of these videos of these morons going against UFC fighters. Now that is a whole new level of stupidity. Because I remember I went against this guy who'd been fighting for 10 years. At that point, I'd been training for about a year, and then I immediately I could feel that like the gap in the skill was like, oh my god, this is insanely huge. The gap was so big that I was like, I gave up after only 40 seconds. I was like, okay, maybe I could take him down. I can't do that. Can't strike him. Can't do that. There's just nothing I can do. So it's like in those cases, right? That's how big the gap in skill is. I think there's also a discipline component to it as well. And there's a complementary component of confidence. It'll give you more confidence. It'll give you more desire to work hard. I have found that it also complements weightlifting a great deal, training, lifting. It even complements running as well. It also, like, if you learn jujitsu as an example, you can learn how to restrain people. Like if your girl gets crazy, you can restrain her and there's nothing she'll be able to do about it. Right. Like, I mean, I'm not saying you do that, but like if she, like, I don't know, sometimes girls can attack guys. Guys often don't know what to do. It's like, what do I do? Do I just let her hit me? Like, no, you don't do that. You just simply restrain her. And in jujitsu, if you learn how to restrain somebody, they're not going to know what to do. They don't know what people don't understand. It doesn't matter. They don't know what to do. Once you get them in a certain position that they don't know what to do. You can't like intuit your way through logic. Okay, does that make sense? It's like with chess. You might guess the right move, but you can't guess your way to a victory. Sometimes you can, but not really. Okay, it requires study. That's what studying is for, or getting better. So I will say that that's probably one of the separators for me. At one of the good things I have learned in the last year and a half for sure is that not really care what most people are doing for the most part. I can be chill for the most part, not too worried. If someone's an idiot, I can restrain them if necessary. It's that big of an advantage. I would say put 5-10 hours a weekend. It will be well worth your investment, 100%. And then after you stop training, it's not like you lose your skills or anything. You still keep your abilities. Like for the most part, you might be a little slower, but you'll still know how to coordinate solid throw punches because it becomes muscle memory. And then you're covering all your bases, right? Financial freedom, discipline, work ethic, all these different things, along with your ability to defend yourself. Okay, it is an underappreciated ability in modern society. Like I was even watching videos of like police officers fighting, and it's like it's an embarrassment how bad they are. That's how bad people are in fighting. Like I was watching some videos of police officers killing guys, shooting them when they didn't even have to shoot them. Like they're unarmed. They're shooting beanbags at them, tasers, shooting them. And all you have to do is just take his neck. And it doesn't matter how belligerent the dude is, afraid for their life, right? I was watching an Instagram reel where a police officer shot this guy who didn't need to die because they didn't know how to train. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Okay? You have to know what the fuck you're doing. And if you know what you're doing, you can save lives. Unfortunately, police officers are given a gun, a taser, all this different stuff. But if they had a robust training system, martial arts system, then they would find that they don't be real with you unless they have like a knife. They have nothing. You literally don't need anything. There's not really a situation in which a guy is so strong. Like they would have to be like, I would say, a power lifter to truly pose a threat. Okay. Even wrestling, guys, if you know how to wrestle somebody to the ground and they don't know how to wrestle, they're doomed once again. Like, if you guys don't believe me, go to a mat. I want you to go to a wrestling mat, take on a wrestler. Okay, I want you to try this. I've been working on my wrestling. I did some wrestling. Go against a wrestler, and you're going to be like, there's nothing I can do. Go against someone who knows a little bit of boxing. He knows the basic jab. He knows how to throw a cross and a hook. Go against him and see how long you last. He will knock you the fuck out. He could train for 6 months and he'll still whoop your ass if he actually trained correctly. Go against somebody in jiu-jitsu. Matter of fact, I'll pose you guys a challenge. If you guys have a bully, right? A bully, go do like 6 months of jiu-jitsu training and then go to that bully and be like, hey man, I know that you don't like me or whatever, you have a problem. Can we just like settle this? Just ask him that question and just ask him a single thing. But the only thing is I want to wrestle you, man. Okay. And if he says yes, he's going to get absolutely murdered. Okay. I don't care if he weighs 300 pounds. I don't care. I literally don't care. As long as you are like me, as long as you have some muscle, you're fine. Okay. Now, take his neck. He took his back. And as Gordon Ryan says, you put in the strangle on him. You begin to do the strangle. And then he gets strangled and he falls asleep. And then the bully is gone. And then you can go back to optimizing your life. So definitely one of the better investments I've done. That's all I have for you guys for optimizing for. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you need guys any coaching, please message me. Coaching at Drew EDU. I'm going to change this to a new email at some point. Hopefully we can get this YouTube channel growing. And yeah, guys, that's all I have for you guys. Yeah.